It's back. One of the most popular Air Jordan sneakers of the 2010s is finally returning 11 years after its initial release, and I finally have it in the studio a month early. It's crazy how you could just buy early sneakers now, like months in advance, just because there's so many of them. I mean, shoot, I bought this pair from GOAT a month early for like $350. That's crazy. I don't know, it's not something that would have happened like 5 or 10 years ago. It's a wild world that we're living in now, but hey, as a sneaker reviewer who buys sneakers early to give you guys early looks, it's great. I'm not gonna lie. It does kind of kill the hype for the release for a lot of these sneakers, but not much can kill my excitement for this release. This is the Air Jordan 4 Fear, finally releasing once again 11 years after it first dropped in 2013. Of course, before we take a look at the sneaker itself, let's first take a look at the box, and I have to say that Jordan Brand really did change things up pretty significantly on this box from a standard pair of Air Jordan 4s. The top of the box comes with this black flip-top lid that's got some glossy text all over it. Like the original release, the phrases say, "I'm scared of what I won't become, and you're scared of what I will become." Obviously, those phrases are the inspiration behind the Fear pack, because this shoe did not drop by itself, at least not back in 2013. You had the Fear 3s, which actually re-released last year for the 35th anniversary of the Air Jordan 3. You have the Fear 4s, which are re-releasing this year for the 35th anniversary of the Air Jordan 4s. And then next year, presumably, we'll get the Fear 5s for the 35th anniversary of the Air Jordan 5s. Now, that hasn't been confirmed, but I would assume, based on the fact that we've gotten the 3s and now we're getting the 4s. But then the top of the box is rounded off by the Jumpman and the Fly text in white. The sides of the box are kind of just standard splatter print, which look pretty cool. It's a gloss black on black print. It's not white like the actual shoes, but it's fine. It gets the idea across. And then on one side of the box, you've got the size tag. The official name of this shoe is Air Jordan 4 Retro, and the colorway is black, white, anthracite black. As you probably could have guessed, I grabbed a size 9, which is my true size, and I will be trying these on later on in the video to give you guys sizing advice and things like that. Let's just pop a box top, see what we get. First thing you see is it looks like the paper that has the same phrasing printed all over it in the same sort of pattern. It's actually kind of difficult to read what it says because it doesn't really, like, none of the phrases are finished, at least on the box top. They might be on the paper. It says, scared, yeah, scared of what I could become. Okay, I guess sort of. You can sort of read it if you really try. Let's see the sneakers themselves. These are clean. Now, I never had the original Fear 4s. I was not able to get that release, unfortunately. To be honest with you, I might not have tried that hard, because back then, I was in college, I wasn't making a lot of money, I wasn't trying to buy every single sneaker release. I was still trying to buy the Red 11s for resale at that point, and so I don't think I was putting that much thought or effort into other pairs like this, although this is a fire pair, and I did want this pair at the time. I just didn't have the money and wasn't really willing to spend the money, or even enter raffles at that point. I didn't think I was going to win these, and I probably wouldn't have won these. But either way, first thing you notice is that you've got these like paper things covering up the tongue. Interesting, and the tongue actually looks a little bit shorter than the original Fear 4s. Maybe it's just because they're the newer Air Jordan 4 shape, or I guess the shape that's supposed to be more like the OGs. Not totally sure, but the shape is similar to the military blue 4s and the reimagined 4s. So, yeah, definitely. And I don't think the 2013 pair, the original pair, was this shape. So there are some slight differences. Also, I've seen comparison pictures of this version against the old version, and it does look like this version has a bit more of like a yellowish or greenish tinge to it versus the OG, which is much more of like a cool gray. This one still obviously is gray and black, but it does seem like there is some, I don't know, slight greenness to it. But hey, either way, these guys look awesome. Let's go try them on really quick, find out how they fit. And actually, while we're at it, why don't we go to the APTHCRY office and get some people's opinions on these shoes as well. All right, so I've got the Fear 4s, the 2024 Fear 4s. I haven't tried them on yet, so let me throw them on feet, see how they fit so I can give you guys some sizing advice. You may have also noticed in the B-roll portion of this video, or upcoming in the B-roll portion of this video, I'm rocking the Fear 4 APTHCRY socks, dropping around the release of this shoe, I think like maybe a couple days to a week before. But they are fire. Let me throw these on really quick. They feel like they fit true to size, is my guess. I don't know why Jordan Brand would change up the fit of their 4s, personally, but they might, you never know. That's why I try all the shoes on. Yeah, they feel true to size. I mean, 4s in general are pretty snug, so I would suggest going true to size if you're grabbing these, or whatever your standard size in Air Jordan 4s is. That's what I would recommend. Oh, these are the new Halloween socks dropping next Friday. That's sick. We got 4 different colors. Hold on, here they are. We've got the candy corn. I don't really like candy corn that much, but the candy corn. We've got the glow-in-the-dark bones, which is crazy. I was actually just wearing this pair, so it's probably kind of gross. I'm gonna throw it off to the side. The purple and black spider webs, and also the spooky ghosts. Check out the entire collection. It drops Friday. Check them out at APTHCRY.com. And don't forget, Fear 4 socks. Yo, so I got a pair of shoes to show you.
What?
Yeah.
Another one?
What do you think?
Ooh.
Drop in November.
They're cool. I didn't know this was a gradient.
Did you have the original pair in 2013?
I did not. They're solid.
Yeah, I really like them.
Easy wear. I like them.
Do you like them better than the White Thunders that dropped earlier this year? You know, the purely black and white ones?
I think I do.
Yeah.
I think I prefer these.
Yo, Josh, what do you think of these? Would you cop for $215?
$215.
Yeah.
I got the bread force, so.
So you go with Force for the year.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Do you like them better than the White Thunders?
Nah, I think I like the White Thunders.
Really?
Better. Yeah.
Okay.
To be honest.
What would you give them out of 10?
A 6.5.
Oh, wow. Lower than I expected, I'll be honest with you. But hey.
I mean, for me, that's a solid score.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm really excited to have these. And I know I say that about a lot of shoes that I review, but honestly, nowadays, as I get older, I really only try and buy shoes that I like and not just shoes to review. Although I do that somewhat regularly. In most cases, when it comes to Jordan models, I usually only buy pairs that I like. And in this case, I really like this pair a lot. Now, is it my favorite Air Jordan 4 release of the year? Probably not, but it is up there. I don't think there's any other big Air Jordan 4 releases after this one, to be honest with you. So this might be it for the Air Jordan 4 in 2024. Now, speaking of the release, the 2024 Fear 4s release on November 9th for a retail price of $215. They also release in full family sizing like the Fear 3s that released last year. Now, surprisingly, the Fear 3s last year sat. In fact, they're still sitting at my Nike outlet to this day, which is wild for a shoe that released a year ago. I bought myself a pair, my wife a pair, and my daughter a pair, all for well under retail. I think it was like $300 total. And I'm still kind of shocked that that shoe sat, because back in 2013, that shoe was fire. That shoe was hotness. Everyone wanted a pair. And now in 2024, I guess the nostalgia isn't there for a lot of these newer sneakerheads, so they just didn't want to pick it up. That being said, I still think it's a very clean colorway, and I think it stands on its own merit, even without the hype behind it. But I guess not everyone agrees. It'll be interesting to see how this pair actually does when it ends up releasing on November 9th. Will it sit? Will it not sit? I think both are possible. I mean, the Alma Maniere 4s, which is a shoe that I never would have guessed would sit, totally sat, at least in certain sizes. So I mean, it is very possible that a pair of Air Jordan 4s as clean as this could sit in 2024. But hey, if you're interested in grabbing the shoes at all, I recommend checking out the resale price just to see what they're doing, and you can do that through the YouTube shopping tab on your screen. Now, there are definitely similarities between the Fear 4s and the White Thunder 4s that released earlier this year, and I do think that that could hurt the release of this shoe a little bit, because some people might feel like, I already have a shoe that looks similar to that, why do I need another one? In my opinion though, there's a lot more going on in this shoe, and I actually think it's a cleaner colorway overall, not even counting the fact that this shoe is a re-release of one of the most popular Air Jordan 4 releases of last decade. The White Thunders are a brand new colorway. I just think this colorway is cleaner. But of course, your opinion might vary. In fact, if it does, let me know in the comment section down below. I'd like to know which release you like better, whether it's the White Thunders or the Fear 4s. Let me know in those comments, but I'm going this. And actually, in addition to the Fear 4 socks that we're releasing, we're also releasing some White Thunder 4 socks, so you can grab socks for either pair, match them, no matter which pair you want to grab. But with all of that out of the way, why don't we dive a little bit deeper into the Air Jordan 4 Fear 2024. Starting off around the toe with the sneaker, on the mudguard, you've got this medium gray nubuck, which feels fine. Not bad, but also not great. Moving up from there to the toe, you've got this much darker gray nubuck material that actually wraps all the way around the upper of the shoe. It, again, is not bad, also not great. It's the same style of material and the same style of nubuck that you had on the original release. Is it better or worse? I couldn't tell you, but I will tell you that it seems fine. Moving up a little bit farther from there to the eye stay, the nubuck changes from dark gray to black, and then on top of that, you've got these white TPU lace eyelet crown things. I never know what to call them. Are they wings? Are they like triangular shapes? I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you know what those are called. I really should know that. I think if you go back through all my Air Jordan 4 reviews, I call them something different in each review. I don't know. They're lace eyelets to me. I don't know what else to call them. Weaving through the lace holes, you get a set of black flat laces, and it's actually the only set of laces that you get inside the box, so be happy with the black pair. I think it's fine. I don't actually have a problem with it whatsoever. I don't think it needed a second set of laces, but you could switch it out if you want to maybe like a set of red laces to match the air bubble. I don't know. But I think black is fine, personally, and I'm gonna leave it that way. Underneath the laces, you've got your classic Air Jordan 4 netting in black, and you've also got this black mesh tongue. Then moving towards the top of the tongue, you've got more of that black nubuck, and right in the center, you've got the tag that it seems like these paper things were protecting inside the box. It's a pretty standard white tag with the Jumpman in the center in black and the flight text underneath. Of course, like most other pairs of Air Jordan 4s, you've got your upside down Air Jordan patch in the back of the tongue for the people who want to flip their tongues out. Not something people do really anymore, but they used to. And then the sock liner of the shoe comes in this white, very fuzzy fabric material. Now, it looks like inside the shoe, the insoles are a little bit different than they were on the original Fear 4 release. On the original release, you actually had the same phrases that we mentioned earlier printed onto the insole. In the case of this release, at least from what I can tell, it looks like you've just got kind of a standard black insole with the Jumpman on the heel in white. A little disappointing, but realistically, you're never going to see it, especially when you're wearing the shoe, so it's not a huge omission, but I don't know. I just don't like when brands remove detail, I guess. It's not like it would have made a huge difference, but it wouldn't hurt. What does hurt is actually getting this insole back in. It's just such a pain in the butt. Continuing back on the shoe towards the midfoot, you've got some more black netting on that center midfoot panel, and then over top of that, you've got this black wing with another one of those white lace areas. And then behind that, you've got more black nubuck and dark gray nubuck. And then finally moving to the heel of the shoe, you've got a black heel tab with a white Jumpman. Then moving down on the shoe, you get to arguably one of the best parts of the shoe, and that of course is the midsole. Now this midsole is pretty different than most other Air Jordan 4s because there's just so much going on. First, you've got your white rubber wrapping up from the outsole of the shoe onto the side of the midsole. The rest of the midsole comes in like this black semi-gloss paint, and then it features this really nice white splatter print. That splatter print detail is so cool. I think it is featured on most of the other, if not all of the other Fear sneakers from the pack. I'm pretty sure. I know the 3s have it. Do the 5s have it? I don't remember. Yes, they do, except it's a different color. Like I alluded to earlier, the Air unit actually has some red accents with the pillars inside the Air unit being red. It's not something you notice very easily, not like the original pair. I think they are a much darker red, but they are still there. The bubble itself is clear, just the pillars inside the Air unit are red, and there's actually no other red touches on the shoe. Finally, moving to the bottom of the shoe, you've got a primarily white rubber outsole with black hits on the forefoot and on the midfoot with the white Jumpman in the center of the midfoot. So how does this release live up to the 2013 pair? Well, I'll be honest with you. I couldn't tell you, I don't have it with me, but I will say that this release is very, very solid and probably one of my most anticipated pairs of the year. Now, will the shoe completely sell out? Again, I couldn't tell you, but I will say that I am going to be grabbing a pair of these for my wife and for my daughter. I'm keeping this pair, so I don't need to double up on this shoe. And it's a shoe that I'm pretty excited about, and I think a lot of people will be as well. I think this shoe is the most hyped up out of the Fear pack, and I think it will remain that way in 2024. I think this Fear 4 is probably the best out of the 3, although I do really like the 3. The 5 is whatever. The 5 is fine. It's just not my favorite. But this Fear 4 is just such a great colorway. It's so clean. It would have been a great Halloween colorway, but it's releasing like a week and a half later, so there you go. I'm sure this pair won't be exceedingly difficult to get. It won't be easy to get, at least that's my guess, but I don't think it's gonna be incredibly difficult to get at all. I think you have a pretty good shot at grabbing these for retail. But hey, at this point, I would love to know your thoughts on the 2024 Fear 4s and whether you're planning to grab a pair of these for yourself. Do you like the newer shape of the 2024 pair versus the 2013 pair? Is this your favorite pair from the Fear pack? Let me know all those thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you all in the next one.